Hi guys, welcome to Milgap Farms. Today we're working on a watering project. We have a spring down below that currently has water in it, has been flowing well. And we have a spring up on the mountain that is really slowing down. And we're getting into July and August, at which time it's possible that water coming out of the mountain for the spring for our animals could dry up. And so what we're going to do today is figure out a way to capture the water that's in the other spring and bring it down to two different watering buckets. One that you will see right here in front of me made by Rubbermaid. It's a shorter version and it's probably around a 50 gallon, which it is. And we're gonna daisy chain it, so to speak. So we're gonna take it from the concrete ring and we're gonna siphon it down into a bucket, which is, check it out. So we've got a big old concrete ring down at the bottom, and it's a really big waterer, and a pipe comes up through the bottom to feed it, and then there's another pipe that allows the water to go to yet another watering trough. So guys, what we're gonna do is create a siphon to pull water out of that concrete water trough, and we're gonna dump that water right into here. Guys, we're gonna take the water from the bucket and we're gonna send it down to the first 50 gallon waterer, and then we're going to take it from that 50 gallon waterer and move it down to yet another one in hopes that we can water both our male and female sheep from one concrete waterer, that we don't have to go underground and try to plumb it and figure all that out. It's not that we can't do it, but this is more of a thing where the time is of the essence and we really need to get this done. So we've got a bunch of fittings here. This is our chicken waterer actually. So it's going to work right now to get this project going. If you guys like what you're seeing, consider a thumbs up. We appreciate it. Come along, let's see if we can get this done. This is a 50 gallon Rubbermaid waterer. They're pretty stout. I've had them last 5+ years without ever having a problem with them. Right now, what we really need to do is get water into this one and take water into the next one. And so we've got a bunch of fittings, and we're going to try to figure it out. Here. Oh. Yep. Lovely. Yay! I think somebody's here again. All right, where's our... that's probably not going to be enough. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, that's so cool. All right, well that worked. Dee-dee-dee. Okay. The elbow in this pipe is going to determine the height or the depth of the water in this tank. So we're going to cut it somewhere in this area right here so that it's not overflowing, and then the water is going to go down through this tube here onto the next, over to the next waterer. I can't see my tools. So here we are at the spring. This is the spring or the concrete watering trough. If we were going to try to tap into this thing and run something underground over to the next one, we'd really have to get underneath of it to do that, and right now I just don't have the time to do that. So the solution's going to be kind of tap into it, siphon some water off into a bucket. That which is in the bucket will go downstream over this way to our where our sheep can get to it. From that water trough to the next one, that's where it's going to terminate. So we've got two short water troughs. You've seen them just a minute or so ago. And those are for sheep, not cattle. Although cattle can drink out of them, but it's really hard for sheep to drink out of a cattle water trough. They simply can't get to it. So in this case, while the sheep are down here inside of here, they'll be able to get to the 5-gallon bucket, possibly. But for sure, that 5-gallon bucket's going to bleed over into the pasture and allow that trough to fill up as well. If you guys have never seen this before, this is a waterer that we use for our chickens. And basically, it's just PVC. There's a shutoff valve here and a quick connect. So we use just a threaded barb on the bucket and a O-ring to seal it off. And that's it. It's pretty simple. We fill this bucket up with water, and then we connect the hose directly to our chicken waterer, and the chickens get plenty of water. So this usually lasts about a day for about 20 chickens. And that works out really well, because that means every single day they get fresh water. But we're going to use it today. We're going to set it down here on the ground, siphon water into it, pull off of right here, and then let it go downstream and see what we can do as far as getting some water for these animals, where it really doesn't cost us anything. Because this spring is actually going over to the neighbor's land. We're going to take just a little bit of it, and both of our animals are going to be able to be fed with this without any question. Guys, this is really just temporary. That's the goal here. So what we're going to do is we're going to take some of this PEX, put it below the water line, put it into the bucket over there, and then hopefully we're going to siphon it into the bucket. Then it's going to gravity flow down. That's about 18 inches under the water. Now, that's about 12 inches under the water's level. So now all we're going to do is take our PEX, kind of find that natural flow into the bucket, and we're going to cut it. Always better to cut it a little bit longer than shorter, unless you got a pipe stretcher. my pliers are junk. This is a 1/2 inch PEX. And that's all. Oh, boogers. Okay. Can you see that? Maybe not. That's 1/2 inch PEX, guys. So we don't have a large volume of water coming out, and that's a good thing. We want to still give some water to the neighbor, and we need to pull out just enough to fill the troughs every day. And it doesn't take much. A trickle will do it. And we got a little bit more than a trickle, and this thing's starting to fill up. Not sure why it's filling up, but pretty soon it's going to start flowing downstream. So let's go over and set up the waterer. So guys, I want you to understand the reasoning behind the way I did it this way. In previous years, I had used this hose, several of them in fact, created a vacuum, siphoned it from there to here to down there. And what that did was it collapsed the hose. In this case, what we're doing, as you saw, we take the 5-gallon bucket, use a rigid PEX line, which is 1/2 inch, fill that bucket, and then we're gonna take a 5/8 inch garden hose, because really that's all I got, and we're gonna pull it off of that and gravity feed it in here. No more will this hose collapse. And you see how much water we're getting? That's all we need. This is pretty cool. So now we gotta go back to the barn and get some more hoses so we can connect this one to that one, and everybody's gonna have some water. You can see behind me that we've got the other one set up. We don't have an overflow for it right now because 1 is temporary, 2 I couldn't find it to go up. So we're gonna have to get an overflow at some point and try to plumb that thing down to below the fence line. So we're probably gonna plumb a little bit bigger tank into this one as well so that we have a little bit more water. All right guys, starting to rain. Let's go check out and see what the 5-gallon bucket's doing. So you guys can see that we've got water going into the outlet. We've also got water right here going into our bucket. And I adjusted the valve on the bucket so that we had enough water, or we have enough water going out that isn't sucking air in and sending air downstream, but yet not overfilling our bucket. And that seems to work pretty well. I am very excited about this, guys. Very excited. And if you look over there, you'll start seeing some of our sheep. They're over there. So now we've got this one working. The next one's going to fill up. And we'll check it this evening to make sure everything is working the way it's supposed to. And in a temporary fix, hey, this works. So hopefully we won't lose any more water out of our other spring that feeds our cottage, our red barn, and our animals. But if we do, at least we got enough for these animals here, and we'll make provisions for the other animals and the cottage. All right, this is cool, guys. Time to go back to the barn. Oh boy, that's a lot of rain back there. Oh no. Guys, we're gonna do the ending on the go. Because we got a lot of rain coming in, and I gotta get up to the barn, and it's already raining. Oh boy, that was a big old hole. Guys, I want to say thank you for watching our videos. I really, really do appreciate it. If you can think of a video you might want to see, leave it in the comments. You're welcome to visit our website, milgatfarms.com. If you want to come out and visit, we got a B&B here on the farm. We'd love to share what we do, or just come out and do nothing. Sit on that porch and read a book. It is absolutely gorgeous here. We're going to call this a success for the day. We got to get the electric fence back up so the animals don't come into our lawn. Not that that would be a bad thing, but I really don't want to have to shoo them out. So we're going to get that done, and we're going to be done for the day. It's time to go in and relax a little bit. FaceTime my family because they're out of town, and it's going to be a good, beautiful day. Hold on. Like always, guys, really appreciate you watching our videos. If you like what you're seeing, give us a thumbs up. And I know I'm supposed to say something else here, but I'm not sure what it is. So, for the moment, that's going to be about it. Until next time, guys, God bless you.